Pure Power Wrestling PowerSlam. My name is Kevin Farrell, and in tonight's feature contest, after coming out on top against the big sexy beast 1 week ago, the Tattooed Terminator Massive Damage challenges PPW champion Kyle Sebastian to reclaim his Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Can Sebastian stop the Tattooed Terminator? We will find out in our main event this evening, but first we go to ringside as the Youngblood Cody Blayde and the Wild Child Tyler James go at it in singles action. Here we are, this match in progress as we join it, ladies and gentlemen, right back in Lethbridge, Alberta. The bell sounds and we are underway in our opening contest this evening. As I said, the Youngblood Cody Blayde in yellow taking on the Wild Child Tyler James in the black trunks, circling up, and a collar and elbow tie-up attempt, but a schoolboy here. Very quick from the Wild Child. Wild Child's going to have the size advantage, the height, the strength, the weight advantage in this match. Cody Blayde, I mean, he's going to have to bust out some of that speed, and there we see beautiful go behind and a schoolboy of his own transitioning beautifully into a knee bar and a reversal from the Wild Child. Beautiful display of technical wrestling ability here. Cody Blayde's got him. Lateral press. Rolls through. Kick out before one. Hooks the leg on a 1 count here. Beautiful exchange by these two men. Evenly matched in the early going of this contest. Once again, circling. Well, Cody Blayde, I mean, a beautiful display of sportsmanship here, trying to get this crowd to chant for his opponent, Tyler James. Collar and elbow tie-up, center of the ring. Tyler James now overpowers Cody Blayde. Blayde looks like he's reversing here. James in the corner and drops him. Beautiful throw, corner to corner from Tyler James, using, as I said, that strength advantage that he's going to come into this match with, being the larger opponent. Another collar and elbow tie-up. Side headlock applied by Tyler James. Shot off the ropes. Looks for a hip toss reversal. Another reversal of the hip toss here. And Cody Blayde, beautiful scoop slam, puts Tyler James down, looks for an arm bar now. He's going to look to hyperextend that elbow. Perhaps not an arm bar, looks like I was mistaken here. He's going to look to hyperextend the shoulder. A lot of pressure on that shoulder joint, both feet in the shoulder joint, pulling back as hard as he can. Looking for a reversal early on here, but Tyler James, I mean, again, trying to use that weight, that strength advantage. Rolls through with a reversal. Beautiful, taking a side headlock. And reverses into a head scissor, but Tyler James here using that momentum to roll straight through and up into a Boston Crab. Cody Blayde too close to the ropes though. And these two guys so evenly matched thus far in this match. Third collar and elbow tie-up, center of the ring, and another side headlock by James. Shot off the ropes again. And Tyler James through. Tyler James looking for a sunset flip. Cody Blayde drops through, but Tyler James able to hook the arms. Such fast wrestling here, ladies and gentlemen. A series, an exchange of pinfalls, and look at the power by Tyler James coming up underneath, looking for a backslide. Only a 1 count. Cody Blayde now with a small package. James kicks out, holding on with a cover of his own. Cody Blayde, though, able to kick out, and again, a beautiful and impressive display of technical wrestling by both men in this opening contest tonight.
Good job, TJ. You're keeping up.
Well, Cody Blayde with a little bit of trash talk. You have to assume, I mean, with the weight advantage of Tyler James, the longer this match goes, the more the wind is going to favor the Youngblood. Irish whip. And Tyler James runs right through him. Once again, that weight advantage running through him with a shoulder tackle. Off the ropes, dropped down by Cody Blayde. Leapfrog and caught in midair by Tyler James. And James spins him out, looks for an STO reversal into an arm drag. Follows it up with another arm drag here. And a beautiful drop kick by Blayde. Puts James down, floats right into the cover with a hook of the leg. Only a 2 count, and Cody Blayde stays right on top of the Wild Child. Rear chin lock applied. Very tight rear chin lock. James now fighting back. Irish whip corner to corner. What does Tyler James have in mind here? Running in. And it looks like Tyler James ate a boot from Cody Blayde. Blayde up to the second rope. Comes off the top with a crossbody, but Tyler James rolls through, and what power. Right up, holding him in midair. Spins him out, again looking for that STO. But Cody Blayde reversing into a Fujiwara armbar. This is a lot of pressure on the wrist, a lot of pressure on the elbow, and a lot of pressure on the shoulder. The 3 pressure points in the arms. He's going to look for a submission on the Wild Child. Really wrenching back on that Fujiwara armbar. James, he's got to try to use that size, that strength advantage to either get to the ropes or come up with some sort of reversal here. Otherwise, he is going to have no choice but to submit to the Youngblood. And James rolls through. A boot here to break the grip, and a beautiful uppercut followed up by a chop. Another chop. But Cody Blayde, he's going to stand in the center, it looks like, and exchange chops with the Wild Child. Beautiful, hard chop exchange. Blayde now with a boot. Some kicks here looking to knot up the hamstrings. Tyler James manages to catch a kick. And a enziguri, the boot catching Tyler James right in the back of the head. James slow to get back to his feet. Cody Blayde now getting this crowd behind him. And Tyler James turns Cody Blayde inside out with a huge lariat. Blayde is down, and Tyler James looks to capitalize with a back press. Only a 2. You have to assume, ladies and gentlemen, that if Tyler James had been able to capitalize, able to make that cover just a second earlier, maybe a little bit tighter, he would have had this match. James, though, back in control on top. Spoke too soon. A beautiful jawbreaker by the Youngblood. Cody Blayde rushes in. Brought up and over by Tyler James. Manages to land on the apron. Blocks a shot and a kick to the back of the head. This could be all over here, folks. Springboard. Crossbody caught again by Tyler James. Spins him out, manages to hit the STO. Landing on top for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, that was one of the most exciting opening contests I have seen in PPW history. As the Wild Child, Tyler James just 1 second ahead. 1 move ahead of the Youngblood. Coming out on top as the winner in this match. And I mean, one of the closest matches we have ever had. No shame on the part of the Youngblood. Losing here in the opening contest this evening. I mean, 1 move done differently, and this could go the other way. But your winner, the Wild Child, Tyler James. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, as the Wild Child celebrates in the ring, we are going to take a very brief commercial break before we get to our feature contest this evening. And just a moment before we get to the PPW Championship match, I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsors that help make Pure Power Wrestling possible, starting with Backbreaker Media, the Flamin Group of Companies, RPH Irrigation Services Limited, the Smokehouse Barbecue and Bar official after-party location of PPW, Party Central Party Supplies, Domino's Pizza, Logic Lumber, Sam's Donaires and Hamburgers, New Light Electric, and of course King of Trade, where you can get your tickets as PPW returns Saturday, February 17th with the Power Rumble, 15-man over-the-top rope battle royal to determine the new #1 contender for the PPW Heavyweight Championship as we go to our main event, awaiting the arrival of the Tattooed Terminator, Massive Damage, looking to regain the championship that was taken from him back in July by Cougar Meat Kyle Sebastian, cashing in his gauntlet for the gold, guaranteed championship match. I mean, Sebastian using the gauntlet for the gold trophy straight to the head of Massive Damage, leaving Massive Damage a bloody heap after Massive Damage had already gone one-on-one with the big sexy beast Bradley Graham. Kyle Sebastian coming out with that PPW Heavyweight Championship around his waist, and he has held it since July. Massive Damage finally getting his one-on-one championship rematch, and I mean, he looks ready, he looks angry, and I mean, maybe a little bit of uncharacteristic nervousness from Cougar Meat, from the champion in this match. Kyle Sebastian, I mean, normally the personification of confidence, the cockiest man to step into a PPW ring. But the look in his eyes tonight, it looks like he may be feeling a little bit of a bout of nerves here. Standing in the center of the ring like he owns it, though, ladies and gentlemen, as PPW Heavyweight Champion, it's hard to argue with him. And that is what this match is all about, ladies and gentlemen, the PPW Heavyweight Championship. The bell sounds. We are underway in our feature contest this evening, PPW Heavyweight Championship. The Tattooed Terminator, Massive Damage, challenging Cougar Meat Kyle Sebastian. Sebastian looking to back up Massive Damage here. Maybe a little bit of mind games on the part of the champion. And I mean, this may be a good strategy from Kyle Sebastian. Keep the challenger away, pick your spot. Kyle Sebastian does not have to beat Massive Damage in this match. He does not have to pin him. He does not have to make him submit. He will be happy to accept a countout, happy to accept a disqualification, happy to walk out with that championship around his waist. But ladies and gentlemen, don't think for a second Kyle Sebastian can't beat Massive Damage. Kyle Sebastian, one of the most talented wrestlers we have ever had on the PPW roster. And I mean, you saw just a little show of speed there, rolling through, ducking under a lockup from Massive Damage. And it looks like Massive Damage is just getting angrier and angrier as Kyle Sebastian hides behind the referee, perhaps looking to set Massive Damage off. We know Massive Damage, a hardcore wrestler, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a hardcore match. Perhaps Sebastian, his strategy in this match, looking to set him off, looking to draw the disqualification and walk out with the belt around his waist. Collar and elbow tie-up, and Kyle Sebastian quickly into the side headlock, wasting no time.
That's why I'm the champ, baby!
Massive Damage now struggling to get out, and throws him with a beautiful arm drag. Excellent reversal. Incredible display of technique from Massive Damage in this match. I mean, he's showing Kyle Sebastian, you think you can wrestle? I know I can wrestle. Another collar and elbow tie-up, and Massive Damage once again throws Sebastian across the ring with ease. And Kyle Sebastian, I mean, he looks like he may be rethinking his strategy in this match. Kyle Sebastian with a go behind. Massive Damage looking for a reversal. Easily fights out into another arm drag. Transitioning into, looks like a top wrist lock. Kyle Sebastian, though, using the height to his advantage, using that long body, those long legs, to get into the ropes and draw the break from the referee. And Sebastian now on the outside, taking a little bit of a breather. His strategy to this point in this match has not worked out. Massive Damage has had an answer to him at every turn. So it looks like Sebastian maybe on the outside reevaluating his strategy, but also the PPW fans seem as though they may be getting into the head of the champion. And slowly but surely making his way back into the ring. Sebastian, another collar and elbow tie-up, and Massive Damage overpowers the champion into the corner. Well, Massive Damage, we all know he was thinking chop. Kyle Sebastian knows exactly how those feel. Did not want to feel one in the early going of this match, and wisely uses his speed to duck underneath and escape. And this crowd letting him have it, chanting chicken at the top of their lungs. Collar and elbow tie up for again. Kyle Sebastian now reverses Massive Damage into the corner, throws a series of overhand chops, but look at the look on the face of Massive Damage. It's almost as though he didn't feel them. Massive Damage with the reversal. He's got Kyle right where he wants him. Looks for a chop, and once again, Sebastian ducks underneath and heads for the hills. He is outside the ring, taking a breather, taking the moment to collect himself, but I mean, you can see over the shoulder of the champion, Massive Damage making a beeline for Kyle Sebastian. Not going to let him leave. He is going to defend that title on a big back elbow, the point of the elbow right to the chest of Sebastian. Follows up with a European uppercut. And a shot right to the forehead. Looking for a chop, ladies and gentlemen. These fans want to see it, and Sebastian manages to duck under, and Massive Damage chops the ring post. He may have broken his hand there, ladies and gentlemen. Shots to the head, and Massive Damage's head off of a chair in the front row, and Kyle Sebastian rolling into the ring. He will be more than happy to accept a count out. Well, I stand corrected. Kyle Sebastian, maybe he wants to win this match. Maybe he just wants to punish Massive Damage a little bit longer as he delivers a boot directly to the floating ribs. And now Sebastian back in the ring, back in the center of his ring as referee Kenny begins the count out. Massive Damage rolling back under the bottom rope, breaking the count as the boots rain down from Kyle Sebastian. And Sebastian with a shot to the head. And a loud, thunderous chop from Sebastian. Irish whip, corner to corner, follows it up with a clothesline. Massive Damage is down in the center of the ring. Sebastian makes the cover. Only two, not enough to put Massive Damage away. In the early going of this contest, it is going to take quite a bit more punishment to keep Massive Damage down as Kyle Sebastian transitions beautifully into a rear chin lock. Looking to cut off some of that wind. That's a lot of weight on the back of Massive Damage. Massive Damage doing his best to fight back, doing his best to get the crowd behind him. This move may not result in a submission, but it will wear down Massive Damage. It will cut off the oxygen. Massive Damage trying to fight back, but Kyle Sebastian having none of it as he comes off the ropes. Massive Damage ducks a clothesline and runs right into a drop kick from Kyle Sebastian. Lateral press, hook of the leg. Still only two, still not enough to put Massive Damage away. Still not enough, as I said, to put Massive Damage away as Kyle Sebastian drops a knee right to the forehead.
Look at him. You want this guy to be a champion?
And some trash talk from Cougar Meat. Disrespectful boots to the side of the head. They may not be hard, they may not be particularly effective, but they will get into the head of an opponent to show him you do not have any respect for him. As Massive Damage tries to fight back, maybe Sebastian's only enraged him. Irish whip attempt. Kyle Sebastian up and over, and a super kick finds the mark under the jaw of Massive Damage. Both men down. Kyle Sebastian a little slow to capitalize here. Has to make the cover if he wants to win this match. And Sebastian with a cocky cover here, sitting down right on the chest and reversed into a sunset flip. Only two though. Only two for the challenger. Sebastian still entirely too fresh. And a straight left to the head of Massive Damage. And there we see him raking the eyes with the boots across the face. Off the ropes, dropping an elbow. And Kyle Sebastian is in full control of this match. I mean, the PPW Heavyweight Champion for a reason. As he makes the cover, grinds that forearm across the face. As I said, the PPW Heavyweight Champion for a reason. I mean, he may have won it by less than sportsmanlike measures, but don't ever get confused. Kyle Sebastian, one of the best professional wrestlers in PPW, as Massive Damage reverses the Irish Whip, follows it up with a clothesline over the top rope. Sebastian is down, Massive Damage is down, but I mean, Massive Damage has to get Kyle Sebastian back into the ring. He cannot win the PPW Heavyweight Championship on a countout. Kyle Sebastian, I mean, sitting in the front row, he's got to be considering whether or not he wants to get in that ring, or whether or not he just wants to accept the count-out loss and walk away with the belt around his waist. But Massive Damage may not give him a choice as he follows him out into the crowd, the head off the ring apron. Massive Damage now in control of Kyle Sebastian, looking to whip him into the front row through the PPW fans. Massive Damage appears to have taken control as Kyle Sebastian is down and out in about the third row. And Massive Damage once again, another European uppercut. Hard Irish Whip reversal, and Massive Damage face first into the solid steel of the ring post. I mean, folks, that could lead to a concussion. You could lose a tooth. Massive Damage face first into the solid steel ring post, and you can see right on your screen here, he is down at ringside. Sebastian, I mean, all the credit in the world to Kyle Sebastian. He could leave him out on the floor, take that count-out victory, but it appears that, I mean, after being thrown through several rows of chairs, Sebastian, he may be angry here. It looks like he may want to beat. He may want to pin Massive Damage. Massive Damage, though, back up to his feet, knocking Kyle Sebastian off the top rope. Sebastian, I mean, landing where the sun don't shine. And the look on Kyle Sebastian's face says it all. And we all know what Massive Damage is thinking here. Top rope superplex. We have seen this move finish so many opponents in PPW. We've seen this move retain and win the PPW Heavyweight Championship for Massive Damage. Massive Damage pulling Sebastian up top in a beautiful superplex. The look on the face of Kyle Sebastian when he landed, gripping the spine. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, Massive Damage has taken so much punishment in this match, completely unable to capitalize. Both men are down as the referee begins the count, and if somebody doesn't answer the count by 10, this match will be over, and Kyle Sebastian will walk away still Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. Both men slowly getting to their feet. Sebastian using the ropes to help pull himself up. Massive Damage back up to a vertical base, coming right after Sebastian, and a beautiful chop. Listen to the sound of that chop. And another one following it up. Sounds like a gunshot in here. And the color, the discoloration in the chest of Kyle Sebastian after only 3 chops. Massive Damage looking to follow it up with a 4th. And again, you have to be here live to hear the sounds of those chops. In person, television cannot do it justice. Kyle Sebastian is down, and Massive Damage follows it up with a huge falling chop. All 260 pounds behind that chop as he hooks the leg. Only 2. Kyle Sebastian, the toughness of Kyle Sebastian, of the PPW champion, on display in this match. Massive Damage has got him hooked up. And a butterfly suplex. Lateral press, hook of the leg. Only 2. Still, there is more in the tank of Cougar Meat. After a series of gunshot, thunder-like chops, a butterfly suplex, there is more in the tank of Kyle Sebastian. Massive Damage gets him up, and will Kyle Sebastian into the referee? The referee is down. Nobody here to enforce the rules. Nobody here to count the fall. It looks like Massive Damage may have noticed the referee down, but what is the big sexy beast doing out here? Massive Damage defeated him last week. Massive Damage knocks him off the apron, but it looks like the big sexy beast passed something to Kyle Sebastian. Ducks underneath, and a spear from Massive Damage. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a set of brass knuckles. The big sexy beast has got the brass knuckles. Massive Damage making the cover off of that spear. This should be over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A new PPW Heavyweight Champion, ladies and gentlemen, as the referee makes the cover 2. Come on, Massive. No! Only a 2 count. Still, after a huge spear, enough for Kyle Sebastian to kick out. The referee checking on Sebastian. The big sexy beast, though, in the background there, he has those brass knucks. Massive Damage, don't turn around. Don't turn around. And the brass knucks to the head. The brass knucks to the head of the Tattooed Terminator. Up on the shoulders. And it is academic here, ladies and gentlemen. Panty dropper after the brass knucks. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3. And after the long 3 count, still your pure power wrestling heavyweight champion, Cougar Meat Kyle Sebastian. And I mean, with the big sexy beast having his back, with the adult social society on his side, can anybody in pure power wrestling unseat Cougar Meat? That's Sebastian holding that title belt high in the air. But, I mean, the entire PPW roster is going to be gunning for the Pure Power Wrestling Heavyweight Championship and for Kyle Sebastian as we return Saturday, February 17th with the Power Rumble 15-man over-the-top rope battle royal to determine the new #1 contender for the PPW Heavyweight Championship. Folks, my name is Kevin Farrell for Pure Power Wrestling. Thank you for joining us, and tune in next week.